wants to go first, but speak up, whoever wants to.
Well, part of today is talking about the supernatural or magic, and we're getting close to Halloween. And one of the outcomes of having supernatural and magic are people that understand that it's very powerful and they control other people. It seems like both of what we last two things we listened to was about people understanding that there's supernatural there, don't have to believe in it. It's a good tool to use against people.
Yep, and what is your thought, Alex, on this?
Well, it was quite a diverse selection, and you did an excellent job of reading that story. One other element that I just think was interesting that was brought in the first two was the effect of science. And because I just last night was watching a video about the Book of Enoch, which some people attest is possibly the oldest written piece of human literature. And it actually deals with spiritual world, it deals with monsters. So when you started playing the Monster Mash, I thought, oh yeah, there's monsters, you know, the Nephilim and different things in the Bible. But in our current age, it's interesting because you have this recurring theme also in history and spirituality of people trying to create human life. And science right now is delving into that area, if not creating, you know, mixing genomes to do different kinds of things. And, you know, you have stories about biological research areas that may have unleashed new life forms, current day monsters and things like that. So that kind of issue of human arrogance, I think, is, and humans trying to be God. The third piece that you had, it's like humans using God. I'm a person of faith, and so I believe in God, but I believe there's always that really subtle question of, am I trying to build my kingdom, or am I trying to assist in helping to realize God's kingdom?
Okay, thank you, Alex. And Alex is a local person. He and his wife Linda, they live in Bernie, so they're not too far from this studio up here in Round Mountain. So we're pleased. I don't think he's ever been in the studio. Is that right?
That's right, and thank you very much for allowing me to be here.
We're glad to have you here, and we'll have to have you come back when you can do some picking and grinning.
I would like to do that.
Oh.
If I had known, you know, one of these days I'll sing you I had a dream last night about a UFO.
All right.
It deals with aspects of the unknown.
That would have been perfect for today. Absolutely perfect. Sarah, you've heard the Christenstein, and you've heard the Monster Mash juxtaposed, and then you've heard the God in a Drawer. What do you have to say about what you've just heard?
Well, the first thing I want to say is about Monster Mash, because I have never listened to it that closely. Every time I hear it, it's in the middle of a Halloween party. And actually, it's a really good song, but you can't tell that with screaming kids and candy flying everywhere. So that was kind of cool. And with these headphones on, you know, it's really clear.
You could concentrate.
Yeah, it's neat. You know, in terms of the two more philosophical pieces, which I really see those two, the Christenstein and God in a Drawer. To me, they just really just speak to the way that, and I wouldn't just lay it on Christianity, because I think that any major religion, you know, people will take advantage of that, take power out of that, and try and control other people. And it's just one of the things that can really derail religion and derail people's participation. Like, churches and you know, faith communities do a lot of good stuff in this world, but their memberships drop, and you know, there's a lot of bad things that happen around it, and there's for good reason. So they were both, I think, you know, enlightening and interesting and metaphorical for sure.
And what I took about Christenstein is, without in any religion, as you say, is that if there is not love there, then it becomes monstrous. And we see that in all kinds of religions. When there is no love and caring for other people, it becomes a monster.
Yeah, or if the love is not unconditional, because so many times it comes with conditions.
And I think also that what I've noticed is there are people that are very clear about love within their group. And
Good
as
point.
soon as anybody is of a different group, it doesn't apply.
Mhm.
And that's the danger I see. But they look very good within the group that they are aligned with.
I was just thinking about that yesterday, and I'm glad you brought that up, because, yeah, if you're in a certain religious group, or whatever group it might be, yeah, you know, you're fine, you're supported, and you're okay. And I think that's true, like when the Nazis were in power, they were good to their families, they were good to people within their sphere, but the Jews and the Gypsies and so on, that was another thing. So they didn't have that capacity, or they didn't seem to be able to have an understanding of love for all humanity, and that's, I think, what you're saying, and that's what I'm seeing.
I'm glad you brought it out, because in this world today, especially, both points that you made about the centrality of love and about the loving people outside of your own group, because I see major problem right now is we need racial and religious harmony. That means to practice, to take to heart, like what Jesus said about love, even loving your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And
do good to those that hate you and
Yeah.
despitefully use you, and you don't see much of that.
And we need peace. We need world peace.
Certainly.
Look at Korea. We need the peaceful reconciliation of North and South Korea.
Mhm.
And our young people are growing up, and we don't want our young people to grow up in an environment of hate, or where they feel one group is superior to another and therefore don't love them. We want to create an environment of true love for our children to grow up in.
Well, it's interesting the way that society has segmented itself so much, and it happens more and more now that social media has so much to do with your point of view and directing things to your point of view and messages, and so it just divides things even more, and it's kind of a dismal prospect. And
We're kind of in dismal swamp right now.
dismal swamp.
But we can start the revolution right here. The
Let's start.
The revolution of love and caring for
Yeah.
everyone, not just those in the chosen group.
Right, yeah.
I agree. Okay, well, I want to let you know that you're listening to Dig This, Music with a Message on KKRN 88.5 FM Community Radio.